Do you want to? Do you have it up to? Do you have it on Twitch yet? There we go. Thank you. All right. Going live in 5.
Whoa.
We're not live yet. You said we could stream. We couldn't go.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Say go.
I apologize.
I didn't even have.
Hey, I'm not in charge of any of that, so we're good.
I just got a stream.
Didn't mean to scare you.
So people could see if we can hear us and see us.
Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Dask says wave, which hopefully means he can hear us okay.
Or he's just doing the wave.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, it might be.
Yeah. Nope, he can see and hear. All right, he has fulfilled Seema's role.
Okay.
Okay.
When I see Seema in the channel, so.
Yay!
All right, as soon as our Texan co-host gives us the go, we're gonna start. Yay! Thank you, Seema.
Okay, I have notes. Hopefully, it doesn't wash me out too much.
Welcome to my life.
That's why I went with the physical.
Yeah, if I do that, it's not quite so bad, and I can still see.
Yay!
Okay. All right, that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Yep.
All right. Now, remember how to podcast?
No.
Okay,
No.
cool. Do we all know where our podcasts? And do we know where our podcasts are?
They are mucking about and making noise, so they're around here somewhere.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
Awesome.
Is yours accounted for? My door's closed, so I have no podcast. All right. There we go. Try this hand. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
We have a WoW Mini. That's me. That's my name.
Mm-hmm.
He has
Should we
forgotten
start
his
it?
name
Should
and
we-
had a podcast.
No.
No. I like it. Leave it in.
Nope. Start over. And the 2 and the 1 are silent, Heather. 5, 4,
Oh.
3.
Wow.
I know.
Loopers.
I know.
The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of that bitch. Ha. Okay.
It's me. I'm bitches.
Yep. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2. On this episode.
She fragged herself.
Sorry. All right. I'm going to try that one
You're
more
supposed
time.
to pull the pin and throw the grenade. Pull the pin, throw the grenade.
Oh, the grenade.
Not drop it on your teammate.
Hey, never mind. Okay. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Sorry. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
We have a WoW Mini Raid wrap-up.
Lots of patches in lots of games.
Happy first contact to all who celebrate.
And a happy birthday to Lord of the Rings Online.
And we are chatting amongst ourselves today.
All that and more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode 443 of the podcast celebrating you, the Aaliyah Octa S gaming community. The Die Has Been Podcast. I am McCullough. To my left and a few states over is Mewcow.
Greetings, guildies, and to the moon with all of you.
Yay!
Amaze,
And to my- And to my right and downstairs is Tetsemi.
Yeah, that die that has been podcast, I'd like to complain about that die.
I'm pretty sure you're going to complain because, ooh, that die was not kind to you. All right. And this week, we're going to fill you in on everything going on with AIE. So welcome, my friends.
Welcome.
Hello.
All right. So we're going to be chatting amongst ourselves and Spoiler alert, guys. Ted's going to be complaining about his crappy rolls today. We're going to be talking about that in just a little while. But first, let's go ahead and cover this week's news.
AIE News.
And those of you that were live with us will see that our podcast die rolled a 1 in the very beginning, but
Twice.
Yes, we'll need some bloopers at the end. But let's tell you about those mandatory fun nights, where the fun is mandatory, but the attendance is not. So, starting tonight in like 20 minutes, Destiny 2 does their mandatory fun night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Then Monday, we have Guild Wars 2 at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Monday also has Star Trek Online at 10 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday is SWTOR's mandatory fun night at 9 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. max, because you just have to do that. It's
Yes,
there's a bylaw down there.
It's maxatory. It's kind of like mandatory, but it's maxatory.
Maxatory, yes. And then on Wednesdays, we have the HFO Mythic Plus Mayhem Tour in WoW at 8 p.m. Eastern. With Mythic Pluses are definitely, right now at least, are way easier than they have been in the past. I think we're just gearing a little faster, so you might want to look into on that, because it's nowhere near as hard as it has been in the past.
Awesome.
And anyway, Friday, we have ESO doing their mandatory fun night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, we have 3 with Lord of the Rings Online starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Final Fantasy XIV Map Night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, Noob Raid in WoW at 11 p.m. Eastern.
All right. And if you can attend any of the Maxatory Fun Nights, you can listen along or stream us on our Guild podcast. And we have a ton of AIE member podcasts. You want to know where to find them? Well, we have them right here. New Overlords podcast with Max and Seema at newoverlords.com. Boards and Swords with Chris and Philip at boardsandswords.com. Dr. Gameology, a.k.a. Dr. Daniel Kaufman at drgameology.com. Star Trek Online, the Fleet Action Report with Greebog and Nikitas at Fleet Action Report on YouTube. And a podcast reborn, a Final Fantasy XIV community podcast with Brandon, a.k.a. Old Man Franks, Megan, and Ro, Not Safe for Life, at bonusroll.gg.
Are they still doing their tournament brackets?
Yes. Yep, they're still going. I think they're still going through that. So, I think they just recorded another episode today.
Awesome. All right, we have not a ton of Nomad news, but that's a little bit. New World will be sunsetting in January 2026. So there might be a going away party before it goes. Keep an eye on the channels and Discord. And D4, there's a new expansion this month.
Another WoW killer going off into the sunset. Speaking
So
of
many.
WoW, we have a WoW mini raid wrap up. So in raid team news, the Alliance team Hellfroze over HFO defeated final boss Crown of the Cosmos, aka Xalatath, in the Voidspire. A victory with unexpected consequences, of course. And then Bellerin, the first boss in March of Quel'Danis, both on normal difficulty. Then on Horde side, raid team Kitty Aggro is now 6 of 9 in heroic Voidspire, having punched out the double dragons and then sending the light blinded paladin trio Bubble Hearthing to the Shadowlands where they belong.
Nice.
A new raid completed the first 3 bosses in the Voidspire on normal, and Dankinia's death count is up to 11.
Yep.
Is that just last week or so far in the expansion?
No, just the counting is up to 11. Like she just you just turn the knob up to 11.
Okay, yeah. This one goes to 11. Got it. Okay, cool.
It goes to 11. And then my own raid team has gotten all of the Crown of the Cosmos stuff done and started on the March on Quel'Danis without me because I was not there this week.
Oh.
We got all the way last week to the 5th boss, and which is they definitely have some interesting mechanics this time around. The first boss basically is definitely their threat to make tank mechanics more engaging.
Yeah,
they need to stop doing that because
you actually have to communicate.
It's we don't want to be engaged that way. Stop it. We have enough to do.
Exactly. All right, but the next patch for Midnight arrives April 21st. April 20. Where is this year going? Anyway, bringing new world content such as Void Assaults in Eversong Woods and Zulaman, as well as Decor Duels, a hide-and-seek challenge that players will queue for. It's also a busy time for WoW holidays. Noble Garden ends April 13th. Children's Week arrives April 27th. Oh, goody. We can take a child to go PvP, which means which may be as awkward as Outland Orphan. Salandria is now an adult NPC in Silvermoon, and volunteer guard duty takes place April 28th. Yes, that's right.
Are they going to still have her?
The game has been around so long that the NPC orphan you used to take around is now an adult NPC in Silvermoon.
And whatever you do, don't take one of those Blood Elf children near one of the new Harandir children, because you'll it's such a stark difference.
It is. Yeah, the poly count's just not good.
Yeah.
All right. And player housing endeavors have been reset. Fortuna now has mechanomes with miscalibrated hens that jump on your head. See Gusty. And Salus has Drakthir, and Virtus has Ethereals.
Can you spray for mechanomes?
I
think so. Yeah. But you actually have to have like a really high level exterminator.
Exactly.
Makes sense. New class.
Consortium won the Alliance side vote, and Horde. Yeah, and we did this. Horde Fortuna has mechanomes. Both got flashy, zappy decor as rewards this season, and Gusty is running around with a malfunctioning mecha chicken on her head, as we said.
Yeah, all three.
Speaking of Gusty, she was lovely enough to give us an update that death count is for raid this year.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes. Okay, so I do have to give a fun aside before I go into SOTOR. Speaking of Children's Week, back when I was actively playing WoW, I was trying to do Long Strange Trip, and the last thing I had to do was Children's Week. It was the last day, and I couldn't. And I'm not a PvP player ever.
No.
So.
It hit you so hard you went down.
I know.
So literally I was like, it's last day. I'm trying so hard. I really want this dragon. And like, I'm like throwing, like smacking my keyboard and all this. And I think I threw my mouse, and Ted's like, do you want me to take care of that for you?
Yep.
Yep.
And when's the last time we touched that dragon too?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally. But yeah.
But
all right. Still, like it was an achievement. And I needed one last thing, and it was Children's Week.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And in SOTOR, the Guild has some special plans for May the 4th, including trivia contest and community event. Stay tuned for Discord for dates and times. The Galactic season is bringing back 2 of the original companions. So if you missed them from Galactic Season 1 and Galactic Season 3, it's now your chance. MFN is on Tuesday. Wow. And everyone is welcome. And we believe we're now calling that Maximum Fun Nights. Thank you very much, Shaz. We appreciate that new name. So that's on Tuesday. We promise no more talk about peeps or the proper pronunciation in Coruscant. Guys, how do you pronounce peeps in Coruscant? I need to know.
Maybe like a croissant? No, I don't know.
No, peeps, honey, not Coruscant. How do you pronounce peeps if you're on Coruscant? Pips?
Pips.
I don't know.
Maybe with a good British accent.
Perps.
It's Coruscant. Oh, got it. It is pronunciation of Coruscant. I was thinking how do you pronounce peeps on Coruscant?
No more talk about peeps.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. I think I've always I've always called it Coruscant. Anyway.
So have I. Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of like the day that I was listening to Stephen Colbert, and he said, oh wow, Melnibone, but he actually pronounced it Melnibone, and I'm like, oh, that's wrong. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Shit, that's right. Okay. Anyways. It's okay. So Gusty says it's croissant, and as somebody who loves pastries, yes, it's croissant. Okay, back to the news.
Yes. Speaking of which, in ESO, they wanted to let you know that Mandatory Fun Night, or Maximum Fun Night, as it's now called, does still happen on Friday. The group is rather small, but it's still there. So it's like, that the light is broken inside, but I still work. So they're still going. They have all kinds of fun stuff to do. Just, you got to join them. Then we have, that's in 5 days, the next live letter where they probably talk about FanFest, because FanFest is coming. It'll be on the 24th to 25th, and that is in Anaheim. They decided to try the stomping grounds of BlizzCon and take that over for a weekend. So that should be interesting. Unfortunately, I can't go. I really wanted to, but, there's just way too much going on. It's way too much.
Yeah.
But there is going to be a major story patch at the end of this month on April 28th. So please look forward to it. It is 7.5, and I believe it's called To the Heavens or something along those lines, which we've already done To the Heavens once. So why are we going to the heavens again?
Who knows?
Well, because maybe they wanted to circle around the heavens because they could, and it was really cool.
Yeah, it could be. And they did say that Dawn Trail is basically like 2.0 ARR, like they're starting the cycle again. So I guess 7.5 is leading you into the next expansion, which is going to be the next Heavens Ward, I guess.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
we're going to go to the heavens again. Okay, cool.
To the moon. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
To the moon. Wait, we've already been to the moon.
Exactly.
And back.
And
To
back.
the heavens, to the wall. All right. Anyway. And in Star Trek Online news, lots of stuff going on. All platforms, Impressa Lance updates. Damage output reduced, self-damage increased. That's a good thing?
Huh?
What?
So that okay.
That sounds a lot like a nerf.
I know, exactly. All right. And First Contact Day celebrations, April 7th to May 7th. 20 days of progress to earn the grand prize, the Noble Intel Battlecruiser. There is a low buy sale, which is the in-game currency, from April 7th to April 12th, 20% off all items. And in the bonus mark events, which runs April 10th to April 14th, 50% off bonus for all content that rewards marks. For PCs, Growl Class Command Scout added to the Infinity Lockbox starting April 7th, and they're having a key sale. 15% off keys from April 7th to April 12th. The Keyring bundle returns as well, includes the Ultimate Tech Upgrade.
All right. And on Lotro news, guys, Lotro's turning 19. It's almost old enough to drink if it's in the U.S., and it's old enough to drink everywhere else. The new gifts will arrive on April 23rd with an anniversary event running from April 23rd at 10 a.m. Eastern to May 11. There's been a letter from Orion with updated developed schedules for quarters 2 and 3 this year. Some of the highlights arriving in the near future is new content with updated 48 A Glorious Hunt, as well as Riverdale Housing. A link to the letter is in the Lotro channel. Also, Saturday Night Lotro will kick back with this upcoming Saturday after an unexpected hiatus. And that is all the news that is fit to read through, sometimes badly, with sidebars. So guys, what has been going on in and out of game? And I'm going to let Ted start, because I know part of that.
We need some extra time.
Yeah, exactly. No, just
Tell me about your dice, Ted.
Yeah, exactly.
So bad.
My dice were just bad. Everything I tried today was a failure, and then at one point we're trying to stealthily break into this apartment to rescue 2 hostages, and I rolled a 100. That's a fumble, which means immediate bad things happen, and yeah, it was not good. And it was just the whole thing, like getting the address of where we needed to go was a computer's roll, and I failed that, so it took twice as long as it should have. We were trying to disable some cameras, that failed. It was just one thing after the other. I think the only thing I succeeded on was breaking into the car so we could leave, and that was it.
Yes, we successfully, yeah.
If there's a time when you want to succeed, it's when you're trying to get away.
You know, I understand. It's just bad. It's just really bad. So, so that was my dice in our Cyberpunk Ghost of Arcadia game. We're still plugging away at the character sheet, but we're having a lot of fun. We're just wrapping up a adventure. Hopefully,
I think it's our 7th storyline.
Yeah, hopefully next week we'll wrap it up and have some downtime. So, yeah. Oh, shit, kitty.
This is the one making all the noise.
Yes, they usually do. Black Cat stealthy and noisy all at the same time. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with that. I'm continuing work on the character sheet. We just got the vehicles and some of the gear added to that, so now it's drop downs instead of having to fill that in. And I'm currently wrestling with spells. Got like 90% of the work done, and then realized that none of the damage fields or damage types populated because they weren't in the way the document's written. They aren't in the little header sidebar. Everything
Oh
else
no.
is. So the damage is only in, and damage type is only in the text. So I have to go through 301 spells and parse it out of the text to populate it into the data map so it'll properly display. Yeah, not fun. And it's just like, I was so excited because I'm like, I almost had this. Oh, where's the damage? That should be why isn't there damage? Like, yeah, that's not in the data map. Why isn't it in the data map? Let me go look at the PDF. Oh, it's only in the text. Yeah, that's not good. That's a drink.
Oh, okay. So that's a drink. I got to fill everyone in real quick before you go to yours. So because our DM for Ghost for Arcadia's game, he is a overall member of the Frog Pants community. We're going to be at Nerdtacular together. So my joke is every time Chet sighs and gets mad and says, "Damn you, Michael," I'm like, "Mike, you owe Chet another drink." Chet's going to be so drunk at Nerdtacular, guys. It's going to be great. Anyways, continue.
Nope. So yeah. So that's that game. And then just work has been so busy lately that I've had very little free time other than to work on the game. But we are managing to stay current on campaign 4 of Critical Role, which is an achievement of itself, even with them.
Yeah, it is.
Even them taking a week off a month, which they didn't do in February. We're still managing to keep up. And I know some people don't like the new format because not everyone's at the table at the same time, but the 3 tables and storylines are so distinct and so interesting with the way they approach problems, that like even the combat, the combat that just happened, I'm not gonna spoil anything, don't worry, at the schemers table
So
was
good.
done so smartly. And it's like had they done a Leroy Jenkins, it might have been a TPK, but they just waited and did some things to reduce the odds that things were going to screw up. And it was so well done. And I really like how different the 3 tables are and the characters get along, because essentially the schemers table is 3.5 arcane characters and a martial character. Like Azune, the Luis's character, is a sorcerer paladin. So he's martial with sorceress abilities, and he's the only like heavy hitter in there. Everyone else is we have the bard, wizard, and warlock. Yeah. So it's bard, wizard, warlock, and sorcerer paladin split. It's an interesting group. Like, they can pull off some manipulation that's incredible. It's really fun to watch. So I know it's daunting, but if folks have the time and like just some good, like the world building they're doing,
It was really great. Yeah.
is really interesting. It's what happens if you kill off the gods of your world. Who fills that power vacuum, and why do your powers, especially like paladins and clerics, why do your powers still work? If you've killed off your gods that your powers supposedly came from, where's that power coming from? So yeah, it's really, really interesting. I love the world building for that. But Other than that, I still am working through Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I love that. That is such a good game. Just there's so much to do in it, and there's so much exploration and storyline. I really like it. So, all
So
right.
Mew, what have you been up to, my friend?
Oh, all over the place. So in the real world, we went to the Strait of Florida for a bit of a family wedding thing. While we were there, we ran amok across Central Florida, trying to dodge the traffic. Because if anyone is familiar with how Florida is, the I-4 corridor is one of the most notoriously bad bits of traffic ever. It's name any major highway in California, the 5, the 405. It's that, and then condensed into a
That's
smaller
saying
area.
that's saying something.
Yeah.
Because oh boy.
Well, and as you get closer to the tourist traps in Tampa and Orlando, you're now dealing with tourists. You're now dealing with retirees. You're now dealing with all of the snowbirds from New Jersey and New York. So it is just this giant grid of people trying to get where they want to go. That's so you're trying to find all the ways around it. But yeah, while we were there, we did a little bit of exploring. Mrs. Mew came across an interesting school in her readings. She found out that there are 2 universities in the United States that currently specially look after and champion those of different wiring. So those with ADHD, those with autism, those,
Nice.
like any kind of neurodiversity.
That
Those 2
neurospicy?
colleges, yeah, any kind of neurospicy, they support that, and including they have on-campus housing and all that kind of, like, they're trying to.
Oh.
Yeah. So while we were there, we went and checked out
Delightful.
one of the ones, because one of them is in Lake County, Florida, which is in Central Florida. The other one is up in like Maine, I think, or yeah. So while we were there, we just checked it out, just because we were curious about the area. And yeah, it was kind of neat to see this. It's not a huge sprawling campus or anything, but you can tell where the campus is, and you can see the students milling about, and yeah, it was kind of neat to see. That we got to check that out. So if anyone is thinking about that kind of a future for their own children or for themselves,
Yeah.
there are a couple colleges that specialize that, and the one in Florida is called Beacon College. So we checked that out, and it seemed interesting. So. Then, other than that, in gaming, I've probably been focusing on WoW a lot. With the WoW raid team, I kind of mentioned it in the WoW raid up that we managed to get through most of normal. It's more of a getting everyone's gear together, because not everyone has the time, because we're all adults. We only have so much time to play. So we're trying to get our gear up, get through, and yeah, this time around, the mechanics are very, very varied. As I mentioned earlier, the very first boss is probably one of the hardest tanking bosses you'll come across, because it's one of those things where you have to coordinate with your co-tank, because it does this annoying thing that it doesn't matter how much hit points, what item level you have, it does a percentage-based hit point reduction. That's just will not go away until you either die or the stacks fall off. So there's no strong arming through it. There's no solo tanking through this, because that solo tank after 10 stacks is going to be dead. So yeah, it definitely, like, from that point on, there was some other, like, it almost felt like every other boss was easier to tank because they didn't have that mechanic.
Yeah.
It'll get easier, of course, as the DPS improves. It doesn't matter what, the healing can't improve any better, because you don't have hit points to heal. There's just no getting around that. But I guess at some point you'll survive a little better, because 90% of your missing hit point is still huge, like way down the line, and so you might survive a little bit. But once you hit 10, you're dead. And that's been a big part of it. I have caught up in Final Fantasy XIV, so I'm definitely eager to see where they're going with the story there in 7.5. The new leadership character that they introduced in the later stuff is, I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with that. So
yeah.
but yeah, that's been the majority of that, and just doing a lot of it's spring, so it's time for a bit of house
Pollen.
cleaning. Pollen, yes. So especially here, we are surrounded with very lovely live oaks, which the rest of the year, lovely. They provide so much shade that the grass around us dies because it can't get enough sun.
Oh, wow, really?
But it keeps the house and everything much cooler because we have all that natural cover. But then you hit this time of year where everything is covered in green and yellow. Like someone just took a spray paint and just went everywhere, and it's thick. And yeah, good luck breathing. Because that's the proximity is right there. There's no getting around it. But but we finally had a nice rainstorm come through, so we think that it's washed away most of it. So we're finally getting past that. So we'll be back towards a little nicer, at least until summer when it gets up to the 110s and so.
Oh gosh, that's miserable. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is now spring, so it's time for spring cleaning, and we are going to be starting our purge, donate, sell, just trying to get rid of whatever we really don't need. Yeah, so that's pretty much been it. And playing with a new toy. We got a Nintendo Switch 2. We were a little late to the party.
Very nice, yeah.
But it was kind of a good job reward because one of us is deathly afraid of shots, like extremely afraid. And we managed to kind of overcome that fear this week.
I don't think we talk about Mrs. Mew this way.
But it was an interesting time. The first two were rough because it was like a boom boom. But like after that happened, and after there was the realization of that was it. Because the thing is shots have happened before with no problem, but we're now at an age where there's awareness. There's and then suddenly that awareness kicked in, saying, "Oh, I don't like the fact that you're going to be jabbing me with things." But the first two were rough, but then the third one was like, no, I want to watch.
Awesome, that's great.
Yeah, it's like something clicked, and it's like, well, no, now I'm curious. Like, it didn't hurt anywhere near as bad as I thought it would. Yeah. Now I want to watch, and it's
absolutely.
You have to reward that. Like, it's just. So like the rest of that day, it was like, whatever you want, kid, whatever you want to eat, it's just, we want to give positive responses to big events like that. So
absolutely. And, coming over a phobia is very difficult, especially at his age. No, that's amazing.
Like, and like in the past, like, just recently we were, unfortunately, we couldn't get the flu and COVID shot because this fear came out of nowhere. Like up until that point, no problem, time for it. Done. And then suddenly just out of nowhere, just like deathly like fear and we just got us out of nowhere. But yeah, we're finally past that, and so now the whole family gets to now enjoy the new level of gaming. So today I've been playing the Donkey Kong Bonanza and basically pounding everything I can into dust because it's pretty satisfying. It has that kind of setup where almost everything is breakable.
Yeah.
So you can just dig your way through all over the place, and then so that's been fun. And then we got the new Mario Kart, and Mrs. Mew got the new Pokopia, but
Ryan's talking about getting that.
Hasn't been able to touch it yet because while we were in Florida, she was introduced to Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So
all right, yeah.
So
speaking of our guest, one of our guests last show. Anyways.
Well, and the thing, and I was watching her and her friend play it, and it's like a better version of Animal Crossing, which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
They took away a lot of the frustrations that were in Animal Crossing when they made that game. So they definitely learn from watching the big player. But yeah, so that's that, and Dreamlight Valley have kept her busy. But
of course.
Very soon, and in about a month actually, someone will be graduating from college.
Yay.
And we will be traveling in person to Arizona and seeing a couple of people, plus a bunch of other people that are there. And having a little bit of a celebration because it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep.
Dibs on your wife on Saturday morning. As long as you all know this, I am kidnapping her and taking her to my very patisserie. She can bring you stuff back, but she's mine. We're going to the patisserie.
Yeah.
You have to give her back. I'm rather fond of her, so you have to give her
Okay. All right. It's a really good lingerie. It's really good.
back. Okay. I might be able to survive a morning.
Yep.
But yeah. So yeah, that's what we done and what we're looking forward to.
Awesome.
How about you?
Orca's a little crazy right now, just because we deal with one of the parts of my new job. I deal with a regulation in or certification in New York called DSF 504, which our certification is due on Wednesday, and we're literally meeting for the second time with our VP Monday to get him to sign off because he's a certifier. So that's been a little crazy. But and then like lots of audits and stuff that I'm dealing with, and because I deal with the EMEA and blah blah blah. The weird thing is I can talk about my job now. The weird thing is it's not as interesting, but it pays way more. So over a decade of financial service, financial intelligence, my mother-in-law is always like, so what's going on at work? And I'm like, I can't say anything because it's a federal offense to me to talk about it. And I was like, what's going on at work? I'm like, well, we have Omlin, we have Seplac, and I can talk about it now. It's just not interesting. But in the fun work stuff, we are 7 weeks from Phoenix Fan Fusion. If you're going to Fan Fusion, of course, come see us at Cat's Eye Curiosity at booth 501. We have our booth back. Yay. I am currently working on Monocles, which is like one of my old favorites. It's a real slow seller, but it's a fun one. And I finally because I used to get just glass monocles from the craft store, but that craft store has since gone out of business. They ran me about $250 each. I could sometimes get them on sale. But I actually have found on Etsy there's some vendors that sell old optometrist lenses. So I have real ones and they're vintage. So the cool thing is I can still work with them. The bad thing is my price has gone up considerably on them. So then to make it worthwhile, because I am upping the cost, I'm making them really interesting.
Yeah.
So more of your time.
More of my time, but definitely making it worthwhile. I'm having a lot of fun with that. While I'm prepping for con, what I like to do is I like to make 7 pieces a week. So that's kind of my goal right now. Then let's see, in gaming, lots of stuff going on. Of course, Tat has talked about our Ghost of Arcadia. In our Thursday in-person game, which is actually Kenny is one of our players. My character kind of faced a major milestone because backstory. Spoiler, she's pretty much a Disney princess. Illegitimate daughter of a elven, we say lord, technically like king, who had an affair with his first his security, because they'd adventured together. So she's illegitimate, raised in the castle. Her mother was there, her, half brother who's the legitimate heir, and with a evil stepmother, who is we don't know exactly what she is, but we're pretty sure she's a high-level caster. When my character was born, a evil shadow thing attacked, killed the cleric that was delivering her. On her 7th birthday, the same thing happened and got her mother. On her 14th birthday, she and her half-brother were together and got her brother. So then, at that point, she was taken out of the kingdom and taken to Waterdeep by her mother's best friend, who was the head of the Thieves Guild. So this is why this girl is a thief. So we started the game. She was 19. The character was 19. I'm like, all right, I'm going to make it nice and vague, right? I'm like, so that way the DM could do whatever they want. And they could even do it struck 3 times. It's not even an issue. So I made it very vague. The Waterdeep heist we did a few months ago, that got them to Waterdeep, and her foster mother's like, no, you're staying here until after your birthday. So then she kind of had to admit to her friends, oh, by the way, I've been lying to you. This thing is coming. You're more than welcome to leave if you want, because it keeps killing people.
Yeah.
But because they knew it was coming, they were able to plan. Text character book in the Thieves Guild actually did the hallowed ritual, so that made like the entire like a 60-foot place in the Thieves Guild a sacred space, and that's permanent.
Until it gets
and Mom
dispelled. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was paid for. We didn't have to pay for that. So like they set up camp, and waited for this thing to happen because they know when it happens. And we could feel this thing walking around the perimeter, basically trying to taunt them, trying to get them to come out. And they made it through sunrise, which is when it, usually it's attacked, like sunrise, something affected it. They made it through. They stayed there the remainder of the day. They thought they were fine. They went to bed, get up the next morning, like there's some hubbub. They go out, and my character's mother's girlfriend, who they got into a huge fight right before, was at the entrance of the Thieves Guild and had been drained of all life. So she was coming back to the Thieves Guild, and this thing got her. So it is a breath eater, we found out.
Yeah.
Which is a terrifying monster, and it fits everything that I gave the DM. Which was really fun for her to be able to find something that actually fits so perfectly. Speaking of Tet's rolls, Tet then, because we just hit 10th level after this encounter. So our cleric had his new spells and his new abilities. And one of which, with a 10th level cleric, is Divine Intervention. And you roll a percentile dice. And if it rolls under your level or under, your god intervenes.
Yep.
Oh, he first tried to raise dead.
Yeah, but there was no soul to
There was
raise,
no soul there.
which is
So
creepy.
that was terrifying. Which
Yeah.
is terrifying. So he tried Divine Intervention. Cam in this game is a very high roller. Very high roller. And he was this time, but you want to be under.
Yep.
So he rolled a 95 on that Divine Intervention,
And those needed to be
which is
between a 0 and 10.
right.
Oof.
So yeah,
And that's the only
was-
thing that will. That's the only.
yeah,
thing,
it literally in the description, oddly enough, it literally says the only thing that can return a character until the Breath Eater is destroyed is Divine Intervention.
Breath drinker. Sorry.
Breath Drinker. Yes, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, well,
It's a gas. Do you drink a gas? Like,
Well,
yeah.
but one of the things, I mean, this thing's ridiculous because it has
It's terrifying.
it has resistances to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. It's immune to poison, radiant damage, grappling, paralyzation, petrification, poisoning, prone, or being restrained. And it has 60-foot blind sight on it. It has deep speech and it has telepathy to 120 feet. And the only vulnerability it has to it is necrotic. Like if it takes
Which you would not think.
right, if it takes radiant damage, it heals itself. Like so my cleric, who 95% of what he does is pure radiant damage, would have just been healing this thing had we actually attacked it. We're so good. We're so lucky we didn't attack it.
Yeah. It's a CR-17 monster. It's insane.
Yeah.
And then we have started our new Down Darker Trails campaign, which takes place in 1867. We're just kind of just starting with that. It's a lot. It's it's a Call of Cthulhu campaign, so it's very investigation heavy. And basically, we are dealing with multiple people who have been killed by supposedly a Lugaru, but we're under the impression that it actually is somebody using that legend. We're dealing with the post-antebellum Louisiana, and all the politics that goes on there. And I am playing a actual medical doctor in the 1860s, or with female medical doctor, because there were schools, very few, but like I think 3 in the U.S. Cam is playing. What's the technical?
It is. He's a Freedmen's Bureau member, so he's a lawman from the Freedmen's Bureau.
Yeah, so basically, so they're investigating land claims and all that.
Yep.
And which is what a lot of this is. We're pretty sure there's smuggling and there's land claims and there's lots of great stuff going on. So yeah, I think we're only 5 sessions in on that one.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that is about it. Chat room, please feel free to throw some titles at us or repost any of the delightful things you've said, because there definitely were some things I saw that were title worthy while we're chatting. I want to thank the chat room. I want to thank my co-host for joining us tonight. And dealing with the all the misfires before the show. If you guys aren't in the chat room or watching us live as this is going on, there was a reason why we were about 10 minutes late, and half of that was starting over 3 times because we were being ridiculous.
Yeah,
Just a little.
Just a little. It's good.
And I had to put Gusty's title back because someone deleted a title at the bottom of the notes.
I thought that was a leftover. I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize for editing.
Nope, that was a Gusty special. So
Gusty, did you sneak it on our notes?
no, she put it in the when she did the updates. She said I might not be there, so here's a pre-show title. So
Got it.
yes,
All right.
yep. Windrunner Family Adventures.
Nice.
Yeah, that is the current storyline for good or ill.
Yeah. Yeah, let's bring together all the elves. Never mind the other army of players that are sitting over here waiting to help you. No, we need to go grab the elves. Okay. Okay, sure. I mean, yeah, whatever. Anyway.
So much. Anyway.
If you have any questions or comments about the show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. Ooh, and it went away. Ooh, back here. You can find us at the AIE Discord and on Blue Sky if you look for aiepodcast.bsky.social. We record live with video once a month, thereabouts, Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us at our website. It is aie-guild.org, and then look for the podcast live stream. You can look for the link to our Discord server there as well. And if you're looking for past episodes of our silliness, you can find them on YouTube. Look for the AIE Podcast. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul.
And if we had any member segments, we would play them right here. Just a reminder, if you want to send in a member segment, 90 to 120 seconds, and we'll put it at the end of the show.
So, side note, feel free to send us your raid wrap-ups. We do try to post or do the show once a month. We try to do it every 4 weeks. So, feel free to send those in to us. We definitely want to know what's going on in the different raid groups in AIE, and not just in WoW. If you want to give us an update on what's going on in any what you would consider a raid group, please. That's, we love to community. We love to talk about community, and we really want to hear from you all.
Yep.
All right. So that is my spiel. Next time we'll be talking about somebody about something in about 4 weeks. Unless that's when, no. You'll be there the week after. Anyways. So until then, AIE, this is Makala.
This is Mukau.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
I almost wanted to jump in and say, this is Guest.
I know, exactly. I'm very, and this is Gusty.
This is Gusty, yes. Yep. That's the reason. All right. I kind of love the Die Spin podcast -- Maximum Fun Nights.
Sure.
Because the dice, considering that we were pitching about our dice, mostly Tets, and
Husband Diecast.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
chat
Thank
room.
you, chat room. You guys are wonderful. We adore you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.